What's up, guys? Welcome to another Rise of Kingdoms videos. Um, as you all know, with today update, player with 35 million power or lower can now migrate to an imperium kingdoms. Some of you might think right now if you should migrate to an imperium kingdom or not as a free-to-play or low-spender player. I am here to help you decide on if you should migrate to an imperium kingdoms. Um, if you haven't watched um, my other video about migration, you should watch it. It will help you decide if you should migrate or not. And if you still want to migrate and you are considering to migrate to an Imperium Kingdoms, this video can help you. I will going over the pros and cons of migrating to an Imperium Kingdoms as a free-to-play player or a low-spender player. So right here, if you look at number 11, immigration power cap for immigrants coming to Imperium Kingdom will increase from 25 million to 35 million power. So 35 million power players can now migrate to Imperium Kingdoms. Okay, let me do the verification real quick. Anyway, so I will show you guys my Excel sheet where I am showing the pros and cons of migrating to an Imperium Kingdoms for a free-to-play player. So let's go to the list of cons first. First one we have on the list of cons to migrate to an Imperium Kingdom is that you're nobody if you migrate to an Imperium Kingdom as a free-to-play player. You gotta be under 35 million power. There gonna be a lot more big player in the kingdoms, and I would say nobody gonna care. Nobody gonna care about you. Maybe they might like if you got recruited, maybe they got check up on you a day or two, but thing got fade away after that. So yeah, like power, like power in this game could mean a lot of things. So if your power is too low, it's often people just don't really care about you. Number two for the cons is if you migrate to an Imperium Kingdom where there are a lot of like big players, most of the time you will be left out in most of the event, unless there are also many other players around 30 or 35 million power. Example for event like a Sorority Crisis, um, you won't be able to find people. You won't be able to find people around your level to do like uh hard difficulty. Most people just gonna go for like nightmare or health difficulty, and you won't be able to join any of their team. Uh, so that's another downside for joining to an Imperium Kingdoms when your power is too low. Um, next one we have is real quick. Put over here. See better or no? 1 second. Okay, so the next one on the list for the cons is that you won't be able to fight effectively on the open field, and you will be fighting against much stronger player. Most of the time, you will find yourself fighting against a D5 player, and you gonna have a bad trade-off when you fight against D5 player, or you might not even be able to fight them at all because your power is pretty low. So that's another downside, another cons for migrating to an Imperium Kingdoms. Another one is you won't be able to get a high rank in a Sunset Canyon or other event like Race Against Time because those events require you to have a good set of commanders. And when you migrate to an Imperium Kingdom, a lot of players will have a much better commanders than you do. So you probably not gonna be in any anywhere close to the top rank. So you got missed out on Sunset Canyon, you got missed out on a race against them, and maybe other events too, where you need to have a good set of commanders to compete. So that's another downfall, another cons for immigrating to Imperium kingdoms. Next one we have on the list a you won't be able to win event like training speed up event or power increase event. For example, the event we have right now, a training day, where you have to spend like training speed up. The big spender is just they are just gonna outperform you. It's gonna be very tough for you to get to like top 20 or top 10. So that is another cons. You won't be able to participate in to this kind of event. Next cons is don't even think about Mighty's government event. I don't think you will have a shot at Mighty's government event in an Imperium kingdoms, and most I guess some of the Imperium kingdom also have a fixed Mighty's government event. So you probably won't even have a chance to participate in the event. The another cons for migrating to an Imperium kingdom is that at low power, like under 35 million power, is that you're gonna be at the bottom of the queue when it comes to KVK rewards. You probably won't be able to contribute a lot with your power. You probably gonna be able to like sacrifice 500,000 troops at most. I would say 500,000 to 1 million troops at most. So when it comes to contribution, when it comes to like KVK rewards, most of the time people just gonna look at your power. People just gonna look at your death and kill ratio, and you are going to be at the bottom of the queue. So if there are only like only one alliance able to get the final KVK rewards, your chance of getting inside that alliance for the final rewards is very slim, very slim. Another cons is that your role in KVK is mostly just feeding the flags. As a low power players, they are not expecting you to fight on the open field, and they just gonna use you. Like pretty much, you're just being used to feeding the flags with your troops. So yeah, I think the like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cons that I can think of for migrating to an Imperium kingdoms as a free-to-play player or a low spender player. What are some of the pro? What are some of the pro for migrating to an Imperium kingdom? To be honest, I can't really think of any pros. Like one thing is maybe you can gain more VIP points. One thing I can think of is that maybe you can gain more VIP points if you get yourself in one of the top alliance. But it's gonna be very tough to get in one of the top alliance in like an Imperium kingdoms because most of the time the top alliance is full, and I don't think they're going to accept like a 35 million or under players in. It's gonna be tough to get in to be able to benefit from all the big spenders. So like if you plan to migrate to an Imperium kingdom, and if you're looking for like to get more VIP points, you make sure you talk to the alliance leader. Another risk is that sometimes they can just like once you migrate to the kingdoms, they can just be like, hey, oh, your power too low. Could you move to our sub alliance? And that thing happen very often. Like most of the big alliance they prefer power over everything. So another thing, I think another pro right now could be the current Lion Darkness KVK positioning right now. With the current positioning right now for the Light and Darkness KVK, the A Kingdom or Imperium Kingdom have a slight advantages because they are paired with another B Kingdoms. So when level 9 pass open, you might have little advantages, but not a lot. I don't think it's a lot. So you might be able to fight like a weaker kingdom at the beginning. So that if you got AA, BB versus AA, BB group. So that when you get the position advantages. Other than that, I don't think of any other pros to go to an Imperium Kingdom. Maybe more active player. I don't know. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing. So we'll put it as a pros for migrating to an Imperium Kingdom. So more active players. Yeah. So I think these are the pro and cons that I can think of right now for migrating to an Imperium Kingdoms. So like I migrate to an Imperium Kingdom before too when I was at 35 million powers. I think I kind of regret migrating to an Imperium Kingdom, to be honest. In KVK season 1, I wasn't able to actually fight a lot. I was doing a lot of farmer killing because I was not able to fight against many T5 players from the enemy teams. So I was doing a lot of like farmer killings and not much like actual fightings. So yeah, so I migrate once too. My experience from migrating to an Imperium Kingdom is not the best experience. So if any of you watching this video and you migrate to an Imperium Kingdom before when you were like below 30 million power or below 25 million power, let me know in the comment section. Like, let me know about your experience. Did you have a positive experience or you have a negative experience after you migrate to an Imperium Kingdom? I would love to know more. So yes, if you watch this video and you migrate before, let me know. And what are my final advice? What are my final advice for you guys as a free-to-play player or low spender player with like under 30 million power? I would say if you absolutely need to migrate, I would recommend you to migrate to like a more like a medium-sized kingdom. You will be able to make a name for yourself. People will know who you are if you are a good player. You will be able to enjoy the game more. You will be able to participate in more events. You will have higher chance to you will have a higher chance to win some of the event as well. And even in some of the medium-sized kingdom, if you get into a good alliance, it's not too bad, to be honest. You don't really need to be into like a super alliance where there are a lot of big spenders. And you'll be able to enjoy KVK a lot more, I think. So there are like a lot of, if you can see on the list, there are a lot of cons and very little pros for migrating to Imperium Kingdoms. So who do you think who should migrate to an Imperium Kingdoms? In my opinion, people who should migrate to an Imperium Kingdom are like strong, are either like very strong T4 player or like a T5 players. Someone who like competitive, someone like myself who is a very competitive free-to-play player. I have my T5, I have a good set of commanders where I can fight effectively on the open field, where I can make good contribution to the kingdoms. And for someone like me who looking for a new challenge, who looking to fight bigger players. But for people like under 30 million power, I just don't see a lot of pros to migrate to an imperium kingdoms. So it's just my opinion. And so yeah, I hope it helped. I wanted to make this video like a couple weeks ago, but I just haven't had time to do it. But since the update is coming out very soon, and I think some of you might need some advice to if you should migrate to an imperium kingdom or not. So I guess this video might be able to help you out. I just want to break down some points that I think are pros and cons for migrating to an imperium kingdom for free-to-play players. So I hope this list will help you guys. I will put the link for the Google Docs in the comment section as well, so you can look at the list. Thanks for watching, guys.